Just how busy has this week been for you?
Yeah, it's been hectic. It's if anything, too much to do, too many people to speak to, trying to do too much at once. But ultimately, what I've tried to concentrate on as a game at the weekend, and to try and focus on the team. And we've had a couple of training sessions with them. Again, there's a danger you try and put too much information into them. Really, 3 days, and we've got to let them just go and play, put them into a shape and an organisation, and let's go and see what they've got really. And hopefully the new manager coming in gives them freedom and a lift, and hopefully with a few more supporters in the stadium there'll be an extra lift as well, and maybe that will be the fine detail that turns a disappointing draw or a loss into a victory. And we need to get 3 points to start looking upwards. We've got to take that first step of moving up the table, and hopefully the weekend we can get the right result.
You've taken a fresh look, obviously, at the squad. How do you assess the mood and the strengths of the team that you've inherited, Tony?
Well, to be fair, the players in the training sessions we've had have been full of life and energy and good, as I would have expected. Out there to try and impress and show what they've got. So the sessions have been good. I think at the moment with the injuries we've got, there's always a slight lack of balance to the team. And there's a few players that I don't know, some young players that probably could fill the positions, and yet I haven't seen them enough, or in my mind could trust them enough to throw them into the encounter. So the team won't be too dissimilar to what's performed in the last week or two. And as I say, hopefully those extra ingredients of some more supporters in the stadium and a new manager watching will push the percentage of not effort but of the way the game goes our way, and them small margins can turn, as I say, a draw into a victory.
It is fair to say your arrival has lifted everybody, lifted the supporters. You're looking forward to the reception from the fans tomorrow?
But again, it's not irrelevant to the point. Hopefully the supporters are buoyed by the new manager coming in, and they transmit that to the team, and the support of the team, not too hard to me, because ultimately what happens is hopefully when the team are charging forward or attacking, or they get a corner or a free kick, and the crowd are right behind them and encouraging them to get the goals that will win the football match, not any reception before the game. I'm just happy to be here, glad to be back. There's a lot of faces like yourself that I've known and worked with in the past, and it's great to be here and have the support of so many people. Ultimately, as we move on, it's about winning football matches, and the message has been not to lose faith too quickly. It is a job that needs turning around, and we do need to start getting points, and just because I've arrived doesn't mean there's a magic wand that is going to all of a sudden we win every game. The same flaws are still going to be there. We need to try and work on them, eradicate them. I'd seen some of Gordon's quotes that he's tried everything, he's worked on everything, he's worked every hour God sends to try and put it right, and yet they still couldn't manage to get the right results. And so, as I said earlier, hopefully the impact of me coming in will change things slightly, but the bigger picture is longer term of trying to get a winning, successful team week in, week out on the field.
You're starting off against a Bristol City team beneath Middlesbrough in the table, but with some quality. Their recent performances have been good.
Yeah. Well, some encouraging results for them. A victory, I think, at home in a midweek, and then playing against the top of the table, QPR. I think it was on the TV. I did watch it. They almost won the last few minutes. QPR equalised from a corner kick, but they looked resolute. They looked very determined. They looked very well organised. They had a counter-attack threat with Danny Haynes and Danny Rose really breaking forward, and John Stead looks to have got a new lease of life from after leaving Ipswich, and he scored a thunderous goal that night. So they've got some obvious threats, and one that we have to be aware of. We would hope that with support again of the crowd that we can put them on the back foot and create chances, and hopefully chances that the likes of our friends from Scotland might have been starved of opportunities and chances, but their goal record shows that they can score goals. If we can get the ball in the box and in and around the box, if it is going to be Scott McDonald or Chris Boyd that things drop to, hopefully they can go in the net.
You're starting with back-to-back home games. How much of an opportunity does this present for you?
Well, for the team and for the club, it presents an opportunity, I think. As I've just said there, there's a frustration in me, really. You want to have done more work with the team, you want to have got your ideas across more, but it's an obvious opportunity for any team to play 2 home games back-to-back, in the first one to try and get a positive momentum going, and then in the second one to reinforce that. And you're sitting here hoping that you're going to get 6 points from these games, but there's no guarantee of any points by thinking about it and hoping you get it. It's hard work, it's endeavour, it's desire, it's quality, all required, put together to get the points to win any football match.
In terms of options for you, you will have Barry Robson back after completing his suspension.
Yep, and Barry is a 100% wholehearted footballer with a fantastic left foot, great quality of delivery, and if he gets within range, he can he thunder shots in as well. And he's the right character for the situation we find ourselves in. He's a Trojan of a guy really who never say die attitude is what we require at this moment. And so there's every chance Barry will be back in the frame, and hopefully he has one of those days where things go for him, and the set plays that he can deliver are right on the money, and let's hope he can find himself 20 yards from goal on his left foot and plants one in the back of the net for us.
And in conclusion, the support of the supporters is vital, isn't it?
At any football club, at any time, it's crucial. I think memories of Boro fans, for over 20 odd years, 30 years. Well, if you count me watching as a boy, my whole life really. It's when Middlesbrough supporters are behind their team, and they can sense that they're making an impact on the game. They're as good as any in the game, and we've got to try and rekindle that. We've got to try and get to that point. And again, only from watching the TV and watching from afar, a lot of people have made comment on how quiet the stadium has been on match day, which is was strange for me to see, because that's not how I would have imagined the Riverside or Ayresome Park at any given time. And even back in the dark days when there was only 4,000 or 5,000 in Ayresome Park in the early 80s, those people could still make some racket. And I'd like let's hope that the supporters do come out and they feel that the team, the club needs them at the moment, and together we can rally and get a performance with the backing of the supporters.
You're back, and so's the power game, Tony.
Right, so I heard. Yeah, it'll be a bit nostalgic for everybody. Yeah, for me, I'm only really interested in getting the points and trying to find a good performance from the team. I know as time goes on, I hope you'll see a different sort of team developing, a different style of play developing. I can't manufacture that overnight. It's something that you work on day in, day out in training, and over a period of time you'll see a different flow hopefully to the team. But starting this weekend, it'll be much of the same, I would imagine, of what has been there, other than I hope, as I say, we can get a positive result and take the positive of that, and then gradually build brick at a time to where somewhere down the future you see a football team that you can't wait for the game to come on Saturday afternoon, because you just love watching that team play and hopefully win every week. And but that's something that we've got to aim at and get to.